Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. I'm Saba, your English faculty at Oliveboard, and I welcome you all on the official YouTube channel of Oliveboard. Good morning everyone. So guys, quickly confirm me if I'm audible and visible to you all so that we can start this session. So please let me know if this session is streaming so that we can start. Yeah. So let's start this session. So today we have, okay, thank you Rocky for confirming. So today we have many vocabs and today we are going to discuss both the articles. So we will quickly start without much ado. ठीक है आज दोनों ही आर्टिकल डिस्कस करेंगे हम लोग because examinations and everything is over. So I want you all to maintain regularity again in this editorial session from this week. Okay. So today you are going to get many good vocabs. काफी सारे vocabs हैं. Okay. We have 4 slides for vocab. So you can think that how many vocabs we are going to have. Okay. So let's start. If I talk about अच्छा, guys, we have RBI assistant selection batch also. So those who are interested in joining RBI assistant batch, they can join this batch using my code Saba to get flat 45% off. So you will get flat 45% off if you use this code. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Arju. So Madhu Prasanjit, then updated GS and current affairs. Renu, Arju, Kavita, Navanita, Sanjeev Kumar, then Geeta, Abhishek, Maulina, Kavita, Sabri, Jia, Ruchita, Renu. So all these people did the homework. ये सारे के सारे लोगों ने homework किया था. Now others, those who are not doing, please start doing the homework. Today's quote is the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Okay. So all see if you start competing with the world, so there is no limit. Okay, then you will never be at peace. But the day you start competition with your own self, what you were yesterday, you should always be the better version every day. With every passing day, you should be the better version of yourself. Okay. Best I cannot say because best there is no limit for best. Okay. So yes, but still whatever you were yesterday, so in terms of your knowledge, in terms of a good human being, in terms of everything, try to be a better person than you were yesterday. Okay, in terms of putting your efforts and everything. So that is how you will reach to the best level of yourself. आप किसी और से compete मत करिए, खुद का खुद से competition करेंगे तो that will be better for you. Okay. Innocent क्या किया था आपने? होमवर्क किया था या competition किया था खुद से? Now, guys, quickly, those who are here for the first time, जो लोग पहली बार यहाँ पर आए हैं, it is my request to you that subscribe to our YT channel. Rest all, please like this session, share this session. ठीक है? Session को एक बार like कर दीजिए, share कर दीजिए. So, yeah, of course, it will be helpful for you. ठीक है? चलिए. So, glimpse of the session. What are the things we are going to do? So, as usual, we will start with the revision session. Whatever vocabs we saw yesterday, we are going to revise all those things. Then we have vocabs of today's session. काफी सारे words आज के session में हैं. Idioms and phrases we have. Phrasal verbs, no, we do not have. Complete analysis of both the articles. ठीक है, दोनों आर्टिकल का ही एनालिसिस करेंगे. टोन, ऑब्जेक्टिव, एवरीथिंग. Grammar learning, tone, objective, and practice exercise. That is your homework. Okay. So everything we are going to do today. No worries. आप मुझे टेलीग्राम पे सेंड कर दीजिएगा. I will check. Okay. Now quickly let me know if you all are ready for the revision session. Let me know if you all are ready for the revision session. पहले सब लोग रेडी हो जाइए बिकॉज दीज डेज आई एम गेटिंग वेरी फ्यू रिप्लाईज इन द रिविजन सेशन. चलिए लेट्स स्टार्ट. Arju, I think you missed one of the options. One option is missing. See, scuttle basically we call to cause to fail. So deliberately cause something to fail, that is called scuttle. Scuttle is a verb. Okay. So A will be matched with third. So deliberately cause something to fail, that is called scuttle. So A will be matched with third. Okay. Now, untenable basically we call to indefensible, something that cannot be defended. Okay, so that is called untenable. So B will be matched with unarguable. Also, you can say indefensible. You can say, so that is the meaning of untenable. So B will be matched with fifth. Acrimony, as you know, animosity, hostility. Okay, so that is what acrimony. Ill feeling. So ill feeling towards someone, that is called your acrimony. Yes, acrimony. Okay. So C will be matched with six. Vindicate. Vindicate has multiple meanings. Vindicate means exonerate also. That we call acquit. किसी को crime से liberate कर देना. Okay. Yes, bitterness you can say, animosity, acrimony, that is bitterness only. Okay. Vindicate, one meaning is exonerate, but yes, vindicate can also mean justify. Okay. So it will be one. Plague, plague basically we call to torment or torture someone, harass someone, torture someone, that is called plague. So E will be matched with seven. Tussle, tussle basically, you know, altercation you can say. So many words we have for tussle. Okay, so कहीं पर भी जो quarrel होता है, जो fight होता है, so that is called skirmish. Okay, so all these can be termed as tussle. So fight, altercation, quarrel, all these are the tussle. Okay, so F will be matched with four. And perverse, as you know, that is irrational. Okay, illogical, awkward. So that is what perverse would mean. So illogical, irrational, that is called perverse. So G will be matched with two. Okay. Fallout, that is quarrel, but fallout is a verb, whereas tussle is a noun. Okay, so remember that thing. Correct. Dispute, fallout, all these things you can say. Fall out, fall separate, out separate. So that is fallout, that we call to quarrel. Okay. So 3, 5, 6, 1, 7, 4, 2. Yes, everyone is right. 3, 5, 6, 1, 7, 4, 2. So correct. Prasanjit, Jia, Arnav, Rocky, Sandeep, Geeta, Naveen. Yes. Now quickly, three. This. See, plague is a verb, Sonali. Acrimony, basically, in altercation, we have that acrimony, bitterness. Whenever we quarrel with someone, we have that acrimony. Okay, so that is. Altercation, tussle, they can be synonym. 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. What is happening? Prasanjit. Stall means bar. ठीक है, by someone. Stall means bar, prohibit, yes, all these can be the synonym. So it is already matched. Okay. Hit home means become fully realized by someone. Shoot down means prevent from being accepted. देखिए ये वाला कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है कि शूट डाउन जो है, शूट डाउन बेसिकली यू कैन से कि मैम दिस कैन आल्सो मीन प्रोहिबिट. ओके, so yes, you are correct कि shoot down also, because prohibit, prevent, bar, all these are almost synonyms. Okay, but yes, since the specification has been written, so stall means to bar, to prohibit, to limit anything, that is called stall. Okay, आज भी ये वर्ड आपको दिखेगा. These are very very common words जो आपको हर दूसरे आर्टिकल में यूसेज इनके दिखेंगे. ओके, so stall basically we call to bar, prohibit, limit. Shoot down we call to prevent from being accepted, whereas hit home basically we call to become fully realized by someone. Okay, so 1, 3, 2, this is the pairing. चलिए, let us start today's session. Let's start today's session. ठीक है, vocabs of today's session. काफी vocabs है, काफी सारे आर्टिकल्स डिस्कस करने हैं. सो आई वांट कि प्लीज फुल्ली कंसंट्रेट हियर सो दैट यू कैन मेक द मैक्सिमम आउट ऑफ दिस एडवांटेज ऑफ दिस सेशन. ओके, यू गेट मैक्सिमम एडवांटेज आउट ऑफ दिस सेशन. So I want you all to repeat the word after me so that you remember these words. Okay. So the first word of today's session is ebb. So ebb basically we use for tides, right? So when that tide recedes, it moves back. So ebb basically we call to recede or move back. That is called retreat, you can say. Move back, retreat, all these can be the synonyms of the word ebb. But yes, ebb also means wane, dwindle. Wane is also a very good word that means decline. So wane, dwindle, decline, that is the one meaning, and recede, move back, retreat. So that is another meaning of the word ebb. Okay, decrease, dwindle, decline, all these can be the synonyms. Next word we have is consensus. So consensus, you know, a general agreement. किसी पर भी जो सबका agreement होता है, harmony होती है, एक सबके opinion same होते हैं, so that is called consensus. Ebb is what verb, consensus is noun. It is a common word. Okay. Then next word we have is cog. Cog word has multiple meanings. Cog word has multiple meanings, but as a noun. So here we are taking cog as a noun. It can be used as a verb. So as a verb, cog means to deceive or cheat someone. किसी को भी cheat करना, deceive करना. So that is what cog. Thank you, Jyotish. My good morning. So cog also we call to an integral part, a support system for something. Okay. So vital cog, very good, Arju. So vital means important. So vital cog means a support system, a very important support system for something. ये cog, yes, आपने physics वगैरह में भी पढ़ा होगा. It is used as a support system for some instrument also. Okay. The next word we have is fathom. So fathom basically we call to depth of something. So fathom, the exact meaning is depth. But fathom as a verb, it means to understand or comprehend something. I'm unable to fathom why I have so less students in the editorial. So fathom basically we call to understand or comprehend. That is the meaning of the word fathom. Okay. Tad. Tad is also a very good word. Tad as a noun, it means small or insignificant amount or degree. तो किसी भी चीज में जो बहुत छोटा सा मतलब इस tad. Tad means you are, see, lad, you know, lad we call to boy, right? So lad is boy, whereas tad is small, insignificant amount or degree. A tad contribution you can say. So your contribution is very very small, that is insignificant. मतलब अगर जो टर्की में अभी अर्थक्वेक आया है, ओके, सो उस अर्थक्वेक में इफ समवन इज डोनेटिंग 1000 रुपीज, सो व्हाट इज दैट? दैट इज टैड अमाउंट. ओके, स्मॉल इनसिग्निफिकेंट अमाउंट. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाट टैड. The next word we have is nod. So nod basically we call to approval, indication, signal. I gave my nod. So I gave a nod. It means I gave my signal to you. I gave my approval to you. Okay, now you can go. So that is what nod. No amount is tad. You can also say no amount is tad. No amount is insignificant. That is also. So that was just sentence formation. Okay. Next. Then this is a very good word. See, minute, you all know. So minute is, this is also related to minute only. So not is what? It is noun. Uh, minutia. This is what basically minutia. It is also related to the same. That is details, particulars, specifics of something. It is also a noun. So minutia, it is related to minute only. So that is details, particulars, specifics of something. So that is मतलब small specifics पे small particulars पे अगर आप detail में जाते हैं, so that is basically called minutia. आप इसको minute से देख सकते हैं. Okay. Then next word we have is entrust. So entrust basically we call to assign the responsibility to do something. किसी को भी responsibility दे देना, so that is what entrust. I have entrusted you to learn the vocabs. Okay, so I've assigned you the responsibility of learning the vocab. So that is called entrust. Nuances you can say. Yes, nuance you can definitely say. Minutia basically we call to nuance. That is minute specifications. Okay, we have so many nuances in the English grammar. In English grammar, so that is can be said. Okay. Then next word we have is augur. तो ये तो मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, मतलब ये तो हर एडिटोरियल में आना ही आना है. So in fact in one editorial you will get multiple usages of this word augur. So augur, you know, board, presage, envisage. हाँ, ये एक अच्छा वर्ड आपको मिलेगा, vaticinate. Okay, vaticinate also means augur, board, presage. Then foretell, predict. So many words we have. Forebode, मतलब इसका the more I say the less it is. Okay, so many synonyms we have, and every noun, and then we get this word augur. Okay, the next word we have is augur is what? Verb. Entrust is verb. Anomaly, it is also a good word. Anomaly is what? It is a noun. अब देखिए, this is the word that ends with ly, but it is not adverb, it is a noun. So anomaly basically we call to oddity, peculiarity, abnormality in something. That is bizarre you can say. So something that is different from the convention, something that is different from the norm. So because अगर कोई भी चीज norm से हटके होगा, so that will be odd for you. Okay, so since it is a noun, so its synonym will be oddity, peculiarity, abnormalities in something. That is called anomaly. Awkwardness also you can say. Eccentric we use for person. Yes, eccentric basically that we use for person, eccentric. Perverse is what? It is an adjective. Perverse you can say. Perverse also we can say, but perverse is what? It is an adjective. Perverse also we call to something unusual, strange. That is called perverse. Irrational. Okay. So yes, you can say, but that is adjective and it is noun. Remember that difference. Okay. Then who is saying forbade? See, forebode is different, forbid is different, guys. Do not get confused. Forebode basically we call to predict. Forebode means what? Predict. But when we talk about the word forbade, it is forebode, it is forbade. Forbade. So forbid and forbid, it forbid and forbid. It is V1 form and it is V2 form. इट मीन्स नॉट अलाउ, इसका मतलब क्या होता है? टू नॉट अलाउ समथिंग, मना कर देना। I forbid you to chat unnecessarily in the during the session. So it means मैंने आपको मना कर दिया कि आप unnecessary chat मत करिए सेशन में. So forbid के साथ not नहीं आता, ठीक है? So it is what to not allow. So do not get confused between forbid and forbode. Clear everyone? So do not get confused, guys. The next word we have I'm not a milk lover, but yes, I do not take tea. Okay, not a milk lover, but yes, I have never tasted tea in my life, I can say. So prickly basically we call to problematic, sensitive, delicate. Prickly is what? Again, it is an adjective. Prickly problems, you can say. Prickly is not an adverb. Okay, so every word that ends by that ends with ly is not an adverb. Okay, so prickly we call to problematic. Prickly means sensitive, very prickly issues, you can say. So issues, sensitive, delicate. Not even biryani lover. Okay, next, rejig. uh, fragile, delicate. See, fragile basically we call to thing that it can be broken easily. I like South Indian dish, guys. South Indian dish like idli, dosa. These are my favorite. One of my favorites, you can say. No Assam, no Darjeeling Jyotish Moy. Actually, I do not mind. नहीं I am not biryani lover. Okay, not butter chicken. अच्छा ठीक है. Do not deviate from the topic. You are from South India. Yes, I know many are from South India. I love plain without spicy. Okay, so plain food. So one of my favorites. Yes, hoga one of my favorites. Many are from South India. Okay, so I will take South Indian dish as my treat. Okay. Okay, now quickly, guys, we will come to the topic. Do not deviate from the topic. Okay. Subah subah ho gaya. Now everyone's mouth is watering. Rejig basically we call to rearrange. Okay, so rejig is a verb. It means rearrange something. Okay, so arranging something in a particular order. So that is called good reply, Geeta. Very good reply. This is called repartee. So the reply that Geeta gave, na, so that is called repartee. Quick and witty reply. Quick witty reply. That is called repartee. Now, guys, quickly we have to cover two articles. Okay, so do not deviate. So rejig basically we call to rearrange. Next question. Defer basically we call to put off and postpone. So you know put off means postpone. So defer is also a verb. So that means to put off, to postpone something. किसी भी चीज को postpone कर देना, ठीक है? See, it doesn't mean अगर कोई चीज फ्री में मिले, फ्री ब्राइब अगर आपको मिलेगी, तो अगर किसी ने डेली डेली ब्राइब ऑफर किया तो यू शुड नॉट डू. यू शुड बी एडमेंट. इफ देर इज समथिंग दैट यू डू नॉट टेक, सो यू शुड बी एडमेंट ऑन दैट. अब ऐसा नहीं कि फ्री की चाय मिल रही है, फ्री का कोई अल्कोहल देगा तो यू विल स्टार्ट टेकिंग दैट. Okay, so be take it. I'm not saying that having tea is a bad thing or something, but just because you are getting something for free and you have started using it, that is wrong. Okay, so that is not wrong. Matlab that is wrong. So if you are have your own stake, so stop taking tea if you are taking just for free. Okay. So defer basically we call to put off and postpone. Now next word we have is culminate. Culminate basically we call to reach the final stage. Okay, so culminate, you know, culmination का मतलब ही होता है final climax. So culminate basically we call to reach the final stage. So reach the climax, that is called culminate. It is also a verb. Culmination is noun. Culmination is what? It is noun. So that is climax. Okay. Next word we have is defer. So generally student, they will get confused between defer and defer. Defer means postpone, put off something. Okay. And call off, you know, call off basically we call to cancel. Do not get confused between postpone and cancel. So put off we postpone something, call off we cancel something. Okay. And dither basically we call to waver, hesitate, fluctuate. Okay. So you are indecisive, falter. Yes. So falter, indecisive, all these can be the synonym of the word dither. Dither also we call to sit on the fence. There is an idiom. Sit on the fence. Okay. So it means you are indecisive. You do not know whether to go this side or that side. That is called dither, waver, hesitate, fluctuate. All these can be the synonyms. Okay. Very good, study and work out only. So dither is also a verb. It means waver, hesitate, fluctuate. Okay. Deteriorate you cannot say, Vamsi, because deteriorate means declining the stage. Okay. You are reducing your quality. That is called deteriorate. Okay. I will let you know, Sandeep. Okay. Then we have the word called bolster. So bolster is also a very, very common word. Bolster can be verb. Okay. It means support or strengthen something. Okay. So to support something, to strengthen something, that is called bolster. It is also a verb. The next word we have is unwieldy. This is also a very good word. So unwieldy is what? It is also an adjective. It means too large or disorganized to function efficiently. Means something that is like if something is too much big, you won't be able to handle it properly. Okay. So unwieldy basically we call to the same thing, something that is too large, shape जिसका proper ना हो, ठीक है, disorganized, and you are not able to function it properly. So clumsy you can say, awkward you can say, all these can be the synonym of this word unwieldy. Okay. So this is also a good word. Okay. Yes, support means buttress, hold up, all these can be the synonym. Okay. Next word we have is unconceivable. Now these are the vocabs of the second article that we will be discussing later. Okay. Inconceivable means unbelievable, beyond your belief, जिसको आप imagine भी नहीं कर सकते, सोच भी नहीं सकते. So beyond belief, beyond imagination, that is called inconceivable. Conceive, you know, to imagine, to think. Okay. So inconceivable, unbelievable, weird, yes, you can say. The next word we have is flagrant. So flagrant basically we call to something that is very blatant, glaring, obvious, evident, okay, palpable. जो मतलब बहुत flagrant issue we say. So that is very, very obvious issue, very common issue, that is called, that is the meaning of the word flagrant. It is an adjective. Okay. Inconceivable is also an adjective. Okay. The next word we have is fringe. Fringe basically we call to edge, periphery. So the side of something, the edge of something, the periphery of something, that is called fringe. Okay. Blatant is a negative word. Flagrant is also a negative term only. So basically we use this flagrant word for something issue, some serious issue that it is inconceivable, that I'm going to tell you. Okay. It is inconceivable. It means it is unbelievable. Not am inconceivable. It is inconceivable. Okay. So fringe we call to edge or periphery. Flagrant basically we used it in negative context. Remember that thing. Okay. Flagrant issues. Remember that thing. The next word we have is chronic. Chronic diseases we say. Okay. Chronic also has multiple meanings. So chronic we call to very bad, appalling, awful. Okay. Chronic disease we say. जिसमें मतलब fatal diseases, that is called chronic. Okay. Yes, that is periphery only, edge. Then next word we have is chronic, that we call to persistent, long standing, long term, some problem that has been continuous. Okay. That has been persistent. That is called chronic. It is an adjective. Fringe is a noun. Okay. Next word we have is exhortation. So exhort basically we call to urge someone. Exhort से ही बना हुआ word है. Exhort means urge, persuade, cajole. ठीक है. All these can be the synonyms of the word exhort. So exhortation is what noun? Didn't receive, Apurv. Didn't receive. Chronic diseases, yes. So chronic diseases we call to very bad, very appalling diseases. Okay. Exhortation we call to urging, persuasion. Okay. Cajole, that is the synonym of the word exhortation. Perennial we call to something that is continuous. Yes, you can say perennial. So perennial means something that is everlasting, that continues. That is called perennial. Okay. The next word we have is tantamount. So tantamount, as you know, on par with something. Okay. So equivalent to something, on par with something, that is called tantamount. Equivalent to something, on par with something, that is called tantamount. Clear, everyone? Appalling basically we call to, yes, something that is very bad. So of course it can be shocking also. Instigate is bhadkana. So for what you are talking about, Vamsi? Instigate basically we call to भड़काना किसी को, incite something. So that is instigate. Okay. Now we have two idioms. The one first idiom is slip through the crack. So slip through the crack basically we call to be overlooked. So I will tell you, Sonali. Okay. So slip through the crack basically we call to be overlooked. Something that has been ignored. Okay. So something that slips through the crack means you have ignored that. Do not let any rule slip through the crack. It means do not overlook. Do not let any rules be overlooked by you. Okay. So it means to be overlooked or to be ignored. So that is called slip through the crack. Okay. And blow the lid off. Blow the lid off means to make public something that did not know before, that people did not know before. To make public means to reveal something. To make public means to reveal something. मतलब कोई ऐसी चीजें रिवील कर देना जिसके बारे में पहले से लोगों को पता नहीं था. सो ब्लो द लिड ऑफ, जैसे हिडनबर्ग रिपोर्ट, इट ब्लू द लिड ऑफ अडानीज ग्रुप जो भी था, ठीक है. सो मीन्स टू रिवील समथिंग दैट पीपल वर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ समथिंग, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड ब्लो द लिड ऑफ. गो गिव कोल्ड शोल्डर मीन्स डेलिबरेटली इग्नोर समवन, ठीक है. गिव कोल्ड शोल्डर, दिस वी बेसिकली यूज फॉर टू इग्नोर समथिंग. There is a difference between to ignore and to be ignored. ये आप जानबूझ के इग्नोर कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. You gave me cold shoulder means deliberately you are ignoring me. But slip through the crack means accidentally, unknowingly, something that has been overlooked, something that has been ignored. So that is called slip through the crack. Okay. Yes. Yes. Bring to light. That's called reveal something that people did not know before. That is called blow the lid off. Yes. मतलब आप समझ लीजिए, दिस इज व्हाट, दिस इज माय कप, इट इज कवर्ड, दिस इज द लिड. अब इसका लिड हट गया तो ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन इमेजिन दिस. अगर इसका लिड हट गया तो वॉट एवर इज इनसाइड, वेदर इट इज टी, वेदर इट इज saffron tea, whatever, saffron milk, whatever it is, okay, so everything will be known to you. So that is what blow the lid off. अगर ऊपर से कवर हट जाएगा तो अंदर की सारी चीजें दिख जाएंगी, ठीक है. चलिए. Now guys, as you know, we have multiple courses on Oliveboard platform. Okay, so the best buy plan on Oliveboard platform is banking super elite. So summon means to call someone, ठीक है, किसी को भी बुलाना, जैसे court summons you, so that is called summon. Okay. So banking super elite, in banking super elite you get access to all the classes, mock test and everything. This is one of the best buy plans on Oliveboard platform. Okay. We also have personalized banking mentorship program. Those who are interested, they can join this program using my code Saba. Here you will be getting 1:1 mentorship, live classes, interviews, physical books, everything you will be getting in this. Okay. So this is my code Saba. Remember to use my code Saba for maximum discount and join this Telegram channel for updates on every session and for PDF. हर सेशन के अपडेट के लिए, पीडीएफ के लिए, डू ज्वाइन दिस टेलीग्राम चैनल लर्न इंग्लिश विद सबा. ओके, चलिए क्विकली रीड इट. इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल, इट इज ऑन जीएसटी. क्विक रीडिंग. Sonali, effervescent basically we call to something that is bubbly. Effervescence is a noun. So effervescence basically we call to जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा bubbles वगैरह हो. Okay. So yes. So effervescent can be used in terms of lively. मैम एसएससी के लिए इडियम्स की पीडीएफ दीजिए. आप द हिंदू एडिटोरियल से ही करिए. मंथली वो क्या पीडीएफ में शेयर करती हूँ योगी, ठीक है. तो आप टेलीग्राम ग्रुप ज्वाइन करिए. सेपरेटली इडियम्स की पीडीएफ मैंने नहीं बनाई है, ठीक है. बट वो vocab में सारी चीजें, आई विल सी इफ आई हैव टू, आई विल शेयर इट ऑन माय टेलीग्राम चैनल. ओके. ओके. हाँ, बबल के केस में यू कैन यूज, सी अब वो दैट विल बी द कॉन्टेक्चुअल मीनिंग, दैट विल बी द कॉन्टेक्ट. आई शेयर मंथली पीडीएफ, नॉट वीकली पीडीएफ, कृष्णा. सो मंथली पीडीएफ आई शेयर. Reform reluctance. Reluctance, you know, unwillingness. Okay. So there is basically unwillingness to bring the reformation in GST. Okay. This article is basically on the 49th GST Council meeting. So this council has to bring certain reforms, okay, but they are delaying it. It shows that they are reluctant, okay. So they are reluctant to bring changes, to bring reforms in the GST, okay. Now, the sense of urgency to fix the goods and service tax regime's flaws seems to have ebbed means declined. Okay. So whatever urgency this council had to fix the goods and service GST regime's flaws, whatever mistakes we had in GST. So there was one council that was to look into all these flaws. Okay, now that sense of urgency seems to have declined. मतलब उनको जो एक urgency थी कि नहीं फटाफट से इन सारी प्रॉब्लम को ठीक करना है, क्योंकि अगले ईयर इलेक्शन होने वाला है, लेकिन वो urgency धीरे धीरे क्या दिख रही है, वो डिक्लाइन होती दिख रही है. ठीक है. मीटिंग इन पर्सन आफ्टर नियरली 8 months. ठीक है, 8 महीने के बाद ये काउंसिल मीट कर रही है. द जीएसटी काउंसिल लास्ट सैटरडे रीच्ड अ ब्रॉड कंसेंसस on establishing GST appellate tribunals to resolve dispute under the tax regime launched in July 27. Okay, so GST there is one tribunal. Okay, एक law है जहाँ पे वो लोग set करेंगे. ठीक है, so they have reached a common consensus, that is agreement. Okay, तो देखिए 8 महीने के बाद ये लोग पर्सन में मिल रहे हैं. ठीक है, नाउ फाइनली दे हैव अराइव्ड ओके ऑन दैट कॉमन एग्रीमेंट दैट दे आर गोइंग टू रिजॉल्व डिस्प्यूट्स अंडर द टैक्स रिजीम लॉन्च्ड इन जुलाई 2017. तो आपको पता है जीएसटी 2017 में लॉन्च हुआ था, तो उसमें जो भी डिस्प्यूट्स है उन सारी चीजों को रिजॉल्व करने के लिए नाउ दे हैव फाइनली अग्रीड. ओके, after some fine print changes in consultations with the states, the Finance Ministry hopes to include the legislative backing for the tribunals in the finance bill likely to be passed next month. Okay, now they discussed with the states. Okay, so after having discussion with the states, now the Finance Ministry hopes to include all these discussion in the to include the legislative backing. Backing means support. Okay, now the Finance Ministry hopes to include the legislative support for the tribunals in the finance bill likely to be passed next month. कि जो भी next month में finance bill pass होने वाली है, तो वो legislative support भी they are seeking for that, and they have discussed some changes with the states also. This raises hopes of quicker disposal of GST disagreements that are adding to courts caseloads. But the reason for delaying this vital cog of the one nation, one tax promise is difficult to fathom. Now, after these people have reached a certain point, okay, they have reached till some stage, so this raises hope. मतलब यहाँ पे एक hope आ गई है कि now there will be quicker disposal of the GST disagreements. So whatever pending cases we have, तो what GST से related जो भी pending cases है, वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ क्या कर रहे हैं, they are increasing the load of the court. Okay, वो court के load को ही बढ़ा रहे हैं. Okay, so now we have that hope that all these cases will be resolved soon. ये सारे के सारे cases resolved हो जाएंगे. Okay, but why these things have been delayed, why this vital cog. Now GST, you know, it is one tax one nation. Okay, one nation one tax, this is the you can say anthem of GST. So why there has been so much delay in this vital part of GST, that is difficult to understand कि why these cases have been delayed so much, इनको जल्दी resolve क्यों नहीं किया, so that is really difficult to understand. Okay, a few rate changes that could make, among other things, pension sharpeners a tad cheaper, a lower penal charges for delayed filings by small taxpayers also got the council's nod. ठीक है, now there we can expect a few changes in the GST. जैसे छोटे छोटे changes हम expect कर सकते हैं. सबसे पहले कि पेंसिल शार्पनर जो है वो थोड़ा सा सस्ता हो जाएगा. So tad, you know, insignificant. So the sharpener will become that is more cheap. Okay, then there will be lower penal charges for delayed filing by small taxpayers. कि अगर आपने टैक्स देर से पे किया तो there will be charge on that. Okay, so all these things got council's approval, not here, you know, approval. तो ये सारी चीजें आपकी जीएसटी में आ सकती हैं. Okay, yes. The implications of some other moves, like a new system for evasion-prone sectors such as gutka, will depend on the minutiae of their notifications. Okay, और कुछ और जो important steps they are going to take, so that will depend upon the details in their notification. जो भी notification आएगा उनमें जो minutes होंगे, जो specifications होंगे, you will get to know that. Okay, A much deferred review, deferred means postponed review of the GST on online gaming and casinos remains stuck. तो इसको इनको जो है ऑनलाइन गेमिंग और कैसिनो पर भी उनको रिव्यू लेना था, दैट हैज बीन मच पोस्टपोन, काफी ज्यादा इसको डिले किया गया है. सो दैट इज आल्सो स्टक, वी कैन नॉट गेट दैट. Yes, GST, we have seen that there is no clarity on this GST. Okay. The stated reason for not taking it up this time was the chief of the ministerial group entrusted with the issue had assembly poll work. See what are the reasons given. Now they are unable to take the those online gaming issues. Okay. Now the reason behind this, मतलब why they are unable to take that step. Okay, जो भी उनको decision लेना online gaming वगैरह पे, so why they are unable to take that step is that कि द चीफ ऑफ द मिनिस्ट्रियल ग्रुप, जो भी चीफ है इस ग्रुप के काउंसिल के, दे हैव बीन असाइंड विद द इशू ऑफ असेंबली पोल वर्क. उनके पास और भी अभी इलेक्शन आ रहा, तो उनके और भी सारे काम हो गए हैं. ठीक है, तो जो जीएसटी देख रहा है उसको असेंबली का काम भी, मतलब इलेक्शन के काम भी देखने हैं. सो इंटरेस्टेड मीन्स असाइंड, सो दे हैव बीन असाइंड विद द इशू, had assembly poll work. Okay, so all these issues they had to deal. With 9 assembly elections scheduled this year, that does not augur well for council's ability to resolve prickly issues. Prickly means sensitive issues faster this year. So since we have 9 assembly elections this year, so this does not indicate well for the council's ability, because they will not have that much time. Okay, so they are, so you can't expect that all these sensitive issues will get resolved this year. तो मतलब इसमें कोई आपको hope नजर नहीं आएगा. अच्छा, the chief is Meghalaya CM. Okay, and no idea. Thank you for telling. Of great concern is the stalling. Stalling, you know, impeding, obstructing. Okay. Of the rationalization of the complex GST rate structure with multiple slabs and critical inputs left out. ठीक है. सबसे ज्यादा कंसर्न क्या है? Of the greater concern, the most important concern is the स्टॉलिंग ऑफ द रेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स जीएसटी रेट स्ट्रक्चर. कि जो कॉम्प्लेक्स जीएसटी रेट स्ट्रक्चर है उसको रेशनलाइज करने में जो आपको ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन आ रहा है, सो दैट इज ऑफ ग्रेटर कंसर्न. ओके. A group of ministers GOM was tasked in late 2021 to propose a fix for anomalies in GST levies, such as inverted duty structures, and propose revised rates with fewer slabs. Okay. Now, in 2021 only, a group of ministers, they were assigned the task to fix the anomalies, whatever oddities, whatever abnormalities we have in GST. So they were assigned this task to fix all those abnormalities. Now, what are those abnormalities? That is inverted duty structures and proposed revised rates with fewer slabs. So they were assigned this task of fixing all these problems. Okay. The council was informed that GST was still not delivering enough revenues, with the aggregate tax rate close to 12% rather than 15.5% revenue neutral rate envisaged also, you know, originally, knowingly or unknowingly, due to rate cuts on some items between 2017 and 2021. Now, what it is saying? Tax slab means different category. There are different tax slabs. Okay. Now, the council was informed. Council को ये inform किया गया था that GST was still not delivering enough revenue. So whatever revenue the ministers they were expecting, the council they were expecting from GST, it was not still delivering enough revenue. Okay. With the aggregate tax rate close to 12%. Now, what is the tax rate? That is only what is the revenue, that is only 12%, and their expectation was 15.5%. Okay. So 15.5% was predicted by them originally. Okay. But now they are getting it only 12%. Okay. While some anomalies flagged by the GOM were fixed last June. So some differences, some oddities were fixed last time. Okay. Last June. The center had signaled the rates rejig. So rejig, you know, reorganization would be deferred, as deferred means postponed, as inflation had surged, and any revision would mean higher taxes for some items. Okay. So some some problems they had tried to fix last June. Okay. But the center had indicated that the rates reorganization would be postponed. कि rates पे जो भी उनको work करना था, they will be postponing that because inflation had increased. और अगर कोई भी ये लोग रिवीजन करते हैं टैक्स रेट्स में, तो ऑफ कोर्स इट विल बी हायर टैक्सेस फॉर सम आइटम्स. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई दे हैव डिलेड दैट. The report on rate reforms is still awaited. जो भी rate reforms पे report है, because still no they have not taken any action, so that is still awaited. Await के साथ for नहीं आता. Remember that await for is superfluous. Await is equal to wait for. Surged means increase, Krishna. Await is equal to wait for. Surge basically we call to increase. Okay. increase, that is called surge. So the inflation, the report on rate reforms coming. So is still awaited. Inflation remains a headache and the onset of an electoral season culminating with the Lok Sabha election in 2024 means the same dithering logic holds true. Now see, last time they have deferred that, they have postponed takes that rate reforms because of inflation. Now this time also inflation is a headache for us. वो तो हमारे सर पे है ही. Besides the onset means arrival, the advent ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रल सीजन कि अब आपको 2024 में नया इलेक्ट्रल सीजन आएगा, ठीक है. एंड दिस लोकसभा इलेक्शन इट विल कल्मिनेट, इट विल रीच इट्स फाइनल स्टेज, इट विल एंड, ओके, in 2024. It means that same dithering means hesitation, they won't be able to take any step. So same dithering logic holds true कि they will be hesitated, they will not be taking any action, okay. Tighter compliance and higher prices have also bolstered average GST revenue. कि tighter compliance and higher prices that have also strengthened GST revenues. ठीक है, GST revenue को उसने increase कर दिया है. Perhaps diluting the urgency to fix the unwieldy tax angle. What do you mean by the word unwieldy? Illogical. तो जो भी मतलब because they are getting high revenues, okay, so that is what कि it has diluted the urgency कि जो भी उनको एक urgency थी इसको जल्दी जल्दी fix करने के लिए जो भी problems थे, so that has been diluted, that has been subsided, okay, वो कहीं ना कहीं कम हो चुका है, decreased you can say. But for taxpayers तो government के लिए तो ये अच्छा हो गया है, ठीक है, because they are getting this high revenues. But for taxpayers who continue to pay 28% GST on as essential an item as cement, लेकिन जो टैक्स पेयर जो 28% जीएसटी सीमेंट जैसे इसेंशियल आइटम पे पे कर रहे हैं, whether it is used to build a roof or over one's head or construct an expressway, a truly good and simple tax system will now likely have to wait till at least 2025. Now for taxpayers, we will have to continue to pay this tax on essential items also. Just one example has been given like cement. Cement is very, very important. So we will have to wait perhaps till 2025. So perhaps basically we call to shayad, means probably. Not very sure, but since because 2024 we have election, so when all these things will be settled down, then only we can expect tax reformation in GST, rate reformation you can say. Clear everyone? So perhaps means probably, not sure you can say, probably not sure, that is called perhaps, okay, शायद जिसको कहते हैं. Clear everyone? I hope the article is clear. Article is tough, yes, article is tough, but it is good one. So basically it is on GST reform, okay, tax reformation or rate reformation basically you can say. So earlier they had urgency to fix the rate, but now considering all these facts, so we cannot expect tax reformation before 2025 because of elections and all, okay. Find the error quickly. We have to discuss one more article, so quickly find the error so that we can continue. Yes, he mentioned sharpener as satire because that will be very insignificant amount. मतलब पेंसिल शार्पनर व्हाट डज इट मीन दैट अगर वहां पे 1-2 रुपए कम भी हो जाएगा तो क्या ही हो सकता है वहां पे. All because of earning revenue, tax revenue, okay. Very good, Sandeep. This sentence is absolutely correct. There is no error. What is this B oblique D? See, while some anomalies flagged by the GOM were fixed, ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ जो भी मिनिस्टर्स थे, ठीक है, वर फिक्स्ड, प्लूरल नाउन प्लूरल वर्ब, last June. So whenever we have definite past time, we use past indefinite tense. So were fixed is what? It is past indefinite tense. It is absolutely correct. Passive structure. It is absolutely correct. The center had signaled. So this is past. तभी center ने signal किया था. The rates rejig, rates reformation, reorganization would be deferred. So would be postponed as inflation had surged. So entire sentence is in past tense, subject of agreement. Everything is correct. So yes, there is no error in this sentence. This sentence is absolutely correct. Okay. GST will decrease on a sharpener. Okay. Douse the flame. It means to put off, you can say. So there are so many meanings for the word douse. Now quickly let me know what is the tone of the article. I hope the tone is very, very common. Yes, it is analytical concern. Analytical and concern, correct. Arnaud, did you get the meaning of the word doubt? Douse basically we can say put off, douse the flame. So put out the flame, extinguish you can say. Okay. Got everyone? Now let's see different article. Okay. Homework, these two idioms we have. So we will get the idiom. You didn't get any idioms in this article. Okay. Now the second article that we are going to discuss, you will get the idiom. Okay. चलिए फटाफट वो भी अच्छी आर्टिकल है ठीक है उसको पहले लेट मी मेक इट विजिबल टू यू चलिए is it visible? Let me increase the resolution. This is fine, right? Analytical. Dominating tone is analytical and last paragraph that is concerned. Okay. There are so many tone. If I talk about types, so there are hardly 5-6 types of tones. Okay. But yes, to define those 5-6 types of this tone, you can use multiple vocabs. Okay. Now guys, quickly let me know if it is visible. Vocabs we have many for to qualify those 5-6 types of tones. Okay. हाउस ऑफ हॉरर्स ओके सो एक डर का घर बना हुआ था हाउस ऑफ हॉरर्स यू कैन सी सम हॉरर मूवीज टाइप का दिख रहा है ऑन अथॉरिटीज अटेंशन टू होम्स रन बाय एनजीओज ओके सो एनजीओ जो भी मतलब एनजीओ जो भी हाउसेस वगैरह रन करते हैं सो अथॉरिटीज दे मस्ट पे अटेंशन टू दोस एनजीओज ओके बिकॉज इन द नेम ऑफ एनजीओ रनिंग एन एनजीओ दे डू सो मेनी इलीगल वर्क बहुत सारे गलत काम वहां पर होते हैं सो दिस इज व्हाट दोस एनजीओज हैव बिकम हाउस ऑफ ऑर्डर्स डिड यू गेट द टॉपिक those NGOs have become house of horror so authorities should pay attention to the homes run by NGOs okay shelter home जो भी वो लोग रन करते हैं authorities must not ignore what happens in homes run by NGOs कि उनको इग्नोर बिल्कुल नहीं करना चाहिए कि क्या होता है जो एनजीओ जो हाउसेस रन करते हैं ओके सो व्हाट हैपेंस authorities should not ignore that so this is one of the incident that has been discussed it is inconceivable inconceivable means unimaginable beyond imagination that flagrant violation so flagrant means purposefully violation of law and human rights happen in plain sight and when intervention finally happens it is already too late for some ठीक है see तो इट इज बियॉन्ड इमेजिनेशन आप इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकते कि मतलब बिल्कुल एविडेंट वायलेशन होता है ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स ऑफ लॉ एंड ह्यूमन राइट्स दैट हैपन इन प्लेन साइड मतलब बिल्कुल सामने सामने खुले खुले वो लोग क्या करते हैं पूरी तरह से लॉ एंड ह्यूमन राइट्स को दे वायलेट एंड व्हेन इंटरवेंशन फाइनली हैपेंस और जब वहां पर इंटरवेन किया जाता है व्हेन पुलिस रीचेस देयर इट इज ऑलरेडी टू लेट फॉर सम बाकी लोग मतलब बहुत सारे लोग काफी अफेक्टेड हो जाते हैं और उनके लिए ऑलरेडी बहुत ज्यादा देर हो जाती है ठीक है The case in point is the Anbu Jyoti Ashram case. Case in point means example. This is also an idiom. The case in point means an example. Is the Anbu Jyoti Ashram case in Tamil Nadu's Villupuram district, where entirely by accident the lid was blown off dark secrets and happening inside the home. Okay? So this is the case. This is the example of Anbu Jyoti Ashram case. This ashram is in Tamil Nadu's विल्लुपुरम डिस्ट्रिक्ट ये विल्लुपुरम डिस्ट्रिक्ट में है ठीक है एंड एक्सीडेंटली वहां पर कुछ ऐसी चीजें रिवील हो गई हैं सो दैट हैज रिवील्ड द हैपनिंग इनसाइड द हाउस की क्या क्या डार्क सीक्रेट्स हैं ओके वहां पे क्या क्या चीजें हो रही हैं सो दैट हैज रिवील्ड एवरीथिंग ओके The issue came to light when police followed the thread of man missing complaints ठीक है तो बहुत सारे जब complaints आने लगे that people are missing so when police followed that man missing complaints okay जब उस thread को follow करने लगी then all these things came to light all these issues were revealed okay then Then one sordid fact after the other came to light, including sexual and physical abuse, desired scare tactics, and even trafficking. So when this issue came to light, then so many you can say facts that we came to know. Okay, अब वहां पे sexual और physical abuse भी हो रहा था, बहुत सारे स्केरिंग टैक्टिक्स यूज किए जा रहे थे. ओके, एंड ट्रैफिकिंग, ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग वाज आल्सो हैपनिंग देयर. ठीक है. द अनलाइसेंस्ड होम The unlicensed home, the name translates to flame of love, was providing shelter to persons on the fringes of society, physically and socially in need of support. Okay, so that house was running without any proper license, so that is unlicensed home, and the name was translated to flame of love. It was providing shelter to the persons on fringes of society. Fringes, you know, on the periphery of the society. You can say the downtrodden one, the suffering one. Okay, physically and socially in the need of support. So those who needed support physically also and socially also. So that house was providing shelter to those people, and in the name of providing shelter, it was torturing those people. Okay. It had been accommodating destitute women, destitute, you know, poor women, abandoned senior citizens, तो जो भी senior citizens थे, poor women थे, beggars, alcohol addicts, and persons with mental retardation or illness. So the house used to accommodate all those people. उन सारे लोगों को accommodate करता था. ठीक है. Residents who were rescued later told tales of how they were held down with a mixture of fear, terror, and perversion. So now residents, those who were rescued from that house, they narrated their story that how they were oppressed, suppressed, okay, with mixture of fear, terror, and perversion. The owners also used monkeys to terrorize them. ठीक है, monkey वगैरह का भी use करते थे उनको terrorize करने के लिए. My God, the home had been running for years until police first entered its premises last week to arrest 4 employees for running the center without a valid permit. So this home without any valid, you can say, license and all these things. Okay. So all these this home had been running for years. काफी सालों से ये जो है without license this house was running until police first entered its premises. और पहली बार जाकर के पुलिस कब एंटर की है? लास्ट वीक इस प्रेमिस में एंटर की है. टू अरेस्ट 4 employees फॉर रनिंग द सेंटर विदाउट अ वैलिड परमिट. मतलब इतने सालों से पुलिस को कुछ नहीं पता चला. नाउ पुलिस have arrested 4 employees for running the center without a valid permit. Okay. A total of 142 residents were rescued and relocated. मतलब उसमें जो victims थे, okay, all those poor people, they were tortured there. Okay, all those poor people were rescued and relocated. Subsequently, as women residents of the home made sexual assault and torture charges against the owner Jubin Baby and his wife Maria, police arrested the couple. Now the women residents of the home, okay, those poor women and all these people, they alleged that they were sexually assaulted and tortured. So, on the basis of their allegation, the police arrested owner Justin Baby and his wife Maria. Okay. Then, police arrested the couple. Now, police have arrested the couple. Okay. Another unit run by them near Puducherry was closed down and over 20 residents rescued. So, one in Tamil Nadu and another house they were running in Puducherry. So, that house was also closed and 20 residents were rescued from there. Following up, the National Commission for Women recorded testimonies of the rescued women and the investigation had been handed over to the CBCID. ठीक है, अब जो भी women rescue की गई हैं उन सबके statement लिया जा रहा है and the investigation has been handed to CBCID. Okay. The Anbu Jyoti Ashram case should never have happened given the safety mechanisms provided by the law and rules crafted and enforced by the state. ठीक है, this case, okay, this is a gruesome thing. Okay, not it is a very very serious thing. Okay, and such a case should never have happened. ऐसा तो कभी होना ही नहीं चाहिए था because the people, those who have been there, okay, so they have suffered a lot. So if all these safety mechanisms provided by the law and rules crafted, if all these things are enforced by the state, then such a thing will never happen. Okay, all care homes should be registered and periodic assessments carried out means executed to allow them to continue to operate. ठीक है, ये जितने भी care homes हैं, NGOs वगैरह हैं, they should be registered. Without registration ऐसा कोई भी house नहीं run करना चाहिए. Okay. Okay. Then there should be periodic assessment also, evaluation होना चाहिए whether they should be allowed to carry out such task or not. So all these things should happen on periodic basis, regular basis. Okay. हाउ डिड दिस इंस्टीट्यूशन स्लिप थ्रू द क्रैक्स? तो अब यहाँ पर है मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें हमारे पास ऑलरेडी वी हैव सच अ यू कैन से स्ट्रिक्ट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, स्ट्रिक्ट रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस फॉर एवरीथिंग। देन दैट इज अ क्वेश्चन दैट हाउ डिड दिस इंस्टीट्यूशन स्लिप थ्रू द क्रैक्स? सो स्लिप थ्रू द क्रैक्स मीन्स हाउ इट वाज ओवरलुक्ड। ये कैसे इग्नोर हो गया, ओवरलुक हो गया? अथॉरिटीज दैट डिडंट get notice of this institution and it has been running without any license for so many years. Okay. Laws in the social sector that serve persons in disadvantageous circumstances must leave no loophole, no cracks that can be exploited. Okay. So the laws that we have for social sector, especially for the deprived people, because they are already deprived, they are already very poor. Okay, they are in a very you can say miserable state. So there should not be any law there should not be any loophole that can torture, that can be exploited. Okay, so that is related to disadvantageous people. ठीक है, जो बिल्कुल ही disadvantageous circumstances में होंगे. ठीक है. This case certainly speaks to chronic neglect in the sector. So chronic, appalling neglect कि इस तरह के sector में किस तरह से चीजों का neglect किया जाता है. So this is an example of that. Despite periodic exhortations and even raids on care homes to check their credentials. Okay. कि मतलब देयर इज सो मेनी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस दैट रेट्स होते हैं केयर होम्स पे उनके क्रेडेंशियल्स को चेक करने के लिए, बट स्टिल दिस केस इज व्हाट इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द क्रोनिक नेग्लेक्ट इन द सेक्टर. मतलब इन सारी चीजों के होने के बावजूद भी ऑल दीज हाउसेस आर रनिंग. सो दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल. एक्सप्लॉयटेशन इन द सोशल सेक्टर इज पर्टिकुलरली इनटॉलरेबल. कि जो सोशल सेक्टर में एक्सप्लॉयटेशन है दैट कैन नॉट बी टॉलरेबल. It is tantamount to allowing the fence to eat the crop. What do you mean by this phrase, fence to eat the crop? It means, see, fence to eat the crop is a saying. It means the person who is in charge of protecting you. If the same person if the same person becomes corrupt, so where the people will go? जैसे अगर हमारे पुलिस है, if police they become corrupt, अगर वहां पे आप जाइए केस रजिस्टर करने के लिए and they start misbehaving with you. Okay, so this is what that is a case of like you are allowing the fence to eat the crop. So all it is what कि अगर आप सोशल सेक्टर को एक्सप्लॉइट कर रहे हैं, so that is intolerable. It is just like allowing the fence to eat the crop. मतलब कि जो आपकी प्रोटेक्शन के लिए बने हैं वही आपको खा जा रहे हैं. That is the sense you are getting. Okay. Coming to your doubt, Arju, let me complete it, then coming to your doubt. Monitoring and supervision in the sector need to be foolproof and corruption free. तो इसमें जो भी सुपरविजन होते हैं, जो भी मॉनिटरिंग होती है, दैट शुड बी फुल प्रूफ, जहां पे कोई भी लूप होल्स नहीं होना चाहिए एंड शुड बी करप्शन फ्री. तो वहां पर जो ऑफिशियल्स हैं दे शुड नॉट बी करप्ट, अदरवाइज करप्ट ऑफिशियल्स तो ऐसी चीजें होने देंगे. Not only should authorities document every last flagrant violation at the ashram, but also make an example of it. कि authorities should note down each and every violation at the ashram, but also make an example of it. कि next time such a thing is not going to be repeated. To serve as a crushing deterrent to anyone who might toy with the idea of abusing those who seek sanctuary. So it should be what you can say. It should be an example that it should be such an example that anyone who wants to play with the idea of abusing those who seek sanctuary. Sanctuary here means shelter. So those who are in need of shelter, and if you want to abuse those people, if you want to play with those people, so there should be a strict law against that. And this ashram case should be an example of that. ये अपने आप में एक example होना चाहिए. Okay. Which line you are talking about? That law. हाँ. Laws in the social sector that serve persons in disadvantageous sector. Here it is correct, na? Laws in the social sector. Laws is plural, so that serve person plurals we are using. So it is not social sector. It is laws only. Which line is it? Can you tell me, Arju? What is the tone of this article? This is also a good article. Anyways, Arju, you can send me it in the doubt group. I will address to all. Okay, ये मुझे दिख नहीं रहा आप किस लाइन की बात कर रही हैं. यहाँ पर तो laws in the social sector है. That's all. Not getting. Tone is concerned. पूरी तरह से concern tone है. अभी तो ये दिखेगा भी नहीं मुझे. Anyways, ठीक है. You can send it to me in the doubt group. I will discuss. ठीक है, because फिर से पूरा मैं जा नहीं सकती. So you can say. Ma'am can told me worrying and concern, that is same only. So tone is concern, tone is worrying, that is the same thing only. Okay? So tone is the same thing. Anyways, I will end the session. ठीक है? नहीं पूछा प्रोसेसर मिस्टर इनोसेंट, आपको प्रोसेसर से क्या लेना है? Antecedent is law. I will check which statement you are talking about, तो I will see. See here antecedent is law, so it will be that serve person. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे लाइन भी नहीं हो सकता, that is. Don't ask me any tech question, Mr. Innocent. Okay? No, this tone is not informative, Rocky. It is not informative. It is purely the tone of concern. Okay. So if these things are happening, so it is completely the tone of concern. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm ending this session. Thank you, guys.